Sword of the Demon Hunter, episode 10, now out. Let's freaking talk about it.
Kijin Gentōshō.
今一度己を磨き直し、いずれこの地に降り立つであろう鬼神を打つために。
The new episode of Sword of the Demon Hunter, episode 10, is now out for you guys to go and check out. And again, it just continues the consistency level of being unbelievable every single episode. We're now 10 episodes in and they have not hit a wrong note so far for me. For me, it's been 10 episodes of the highest quality you are going to see this year and many years before. It's just incredible what they are doing. So we have now gone and transitioned into a new period. I believe it was the Edo period beforehand. I might be wrong. Correct me if I was wrong. But with the Ronins and the Samurais, that's what we were. Now we're into more modern times. We see them in a high school, a very traditional modern day high school. We see, I think they had phones. It looks like they were walking around with phones and stuff, but it is very much, very close to our time period now, which is something I'm very fascinated about. I want to see how this is all going to develop. So then we see the two girls who were at the end of the last week's episode sitting there before a play, and they're about to watch this play unfold. And we have Jinta in the back watching it unfold as well. Now, what I truly like about this anime and what I think it is continuously doing is creating the atmosphere and narrative of I don't need major action sequences to be great. It doesn't. It is written so freaking phenomenal that every time you just have characters interacting and talking, it's intriguing. It's on the edge of your seat stuff. And I think that's what this anime really excels at, is that ability to grab characters and just throw them in a room and have them discuss things. That shows you the power and the amazing ability that the writers have done with this anime to create it to be that good. Because it's not an easy feat to do. I mean, look, I'm no different to everyone else. I love my action. I love watching people go battle and fight each other. I really, truly do. But I really appreciate when you're able to not rely on that. And that's what this anime does really, really well. So in this episode, we actually have, it's a retelling of something that happened in Jinya's life that we have not seen yet. But what makes it fascinating is this isn't from Jinya's point of view. This is from someone else's point of view. So you have Jinta standing at the back, watching all this unfold and trying to decipher whether this is 100% true or not. And how is he portrayed in this story? Because obviously people don't know that he is actually someone from many, 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 many decades ago. No one knows that. So it's very, very interesting. So the play is about the story of the other samurai that Jinta hangs out with. I think it's like Natsuko's or something like that. I probably butchered that. I'm very, very sorry. But also, he meets a woman. So this guy meets a woman and they're underneath. It's raining and they stop and he's like, oh, you're so beautiful and that. And then there's this shadow thing, like a demon that shows up. And that's what the story is about. It's about that. And she's like, that's my old flame, you know. But this guy is falling in love with her. So he goes to the favorite shop that we all love in Sword of the Demon Hunter. And he sits down and he's like, Jinta, I need your help. I need your advice, right? You know, we need to talk about this because I'm falling for a woman. There's a woman that I truly like. And this is where everyone gets involved. And then we have Natsu and that. Those two walk in as well, and they're like, "Oh, let's go." So it's really, really nice to see all of them bond together like that. We also find out that this demon got away from Jinta. It's like the first time he's botched a mission, and he's like not happy about it. So he's like, "I'm gonna go again." And then after they talk to him, and they're like, you know, giving him pieces of advice, and then obviously the older fella who owns the shop is the one that gives out the most solid advice of like, just talk to her. Just spend time with her. Get to know her. Just do that. It may not work out, but this is the best chance you have. It worked for me. And then, so he leaves. And this is where we have the demon girl actually mention, like, he said that it was raining, right? But it wasn't raining. Like, what's going on here? Like, something's not right. which is, it's very, very interesting. And then as the story progresses, I love the transition from it's going from the past back to the present. And they do this really, really nice moment where he does go back and visits the woman again, and this, creature demon thing is there as well. And he steps up and goes, look, I'm going to fight this demon. I'm going to fight it. All right. You stand back. I'm going to fight it for you. And he goes and fight it. And the transition between the play and that, I thought was fantastic. I really, really like that dynamic and how they did that. I think it just adds a little bit of character to that moment and showcases you just how different the fight really was. How different this fight was. Obviously the play is not going to be exactly the same as what happened, but I love the contrast of that. So he's fighting it, and then obviously Jinya shows up and slices this demon. This was the demon that he was talking about. But what I loved was the twist of, oh, that's the girl that Jinya had been working with the whole entire time. And it was like, it was just really executed well, where you kind of sit there and you're like, oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't pick up on it straight away, because now, like, I think about it, I'm like, it's so freaking obvious that it's her. I maybe just was so invested that I was like, okay, and I didn't even pick up the name or anything. Like, I was just like, I was surprised, okay? That's just me. That's just me. I don't know if I was the only one. If I was the only one, then, man, I don't know what I'm doing. But then we find out that that wasn't quite a full physical demon. It was just the essence of regret that was sitting there that couldn't, become a physical form. And that's something that we know about. We know about your feelings can turn you into a demon. But to see that there's a way where the regrets can still linger in the living world, but not actually fully manifest, I think is something very interesting. And it just adds to the world and adds to the lore as well of, like, the demons and that. So I really, really like that whole segment. And then obviously we had one of the girls fall asleep during the play. So they get back in the classroom and she's like, oh man, the play was freaking awesome. This. And then obviously Jinya comes through and they're like, didn't you think so? And I love Jinya where he's like, talks about the play and stuff like that. And he like talks about it in a way where they don't quite understand that this man is the one that actually lived through it. And he's like, I'm very interested to see what her thoughts were about me and how I was portrayed. But like, he doesn't say it like that. He's like, talks about like the Ronin. And I really, really liked it. And it's just funny how, he talks about all of them and that. I just really, really like it. And, you got to put yourself in the shoes of Jinya. Like, imagine going through that and then someone telling that story and, you're sitting there and you're like, oh, is this quite what happened? Is this what happened? Is this what I remember? But then we also have the moment where he talks about this girl and how she resembles something of someone that he knew. And I'm wondering if there's a tie-in with that to someone that he knows. I'm really, really interested. But there's still so much left to discover about Jinya's story and what he was doing. But I'm really, really loving how they're developing this character. It's phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. Animated beautifully again. The music is fantastic. But it's just continues to be one of the best animes right now. So let me know what you guys thought of Sword of the Demon Hunter episode 10. Did you love it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.